Introduction. Welcome to a new episode of Historical Information. Today, we're going to take you on a journey through time to one of the oldest and most famous civilizations in human history, ancient Egypt. This civilization laid the foundation for many cultural and scientific achievements that still impact the world today. Have you ever wondered how the ancient Egyptians built the pyramids, or what made the pharaohs so powerful? Stay with us as we uncover the secrets of this magnificent civilization. Part 1. Introduction to Ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt is one of the oldest civilizations in history, emerging along the banks of the Nile River, which was the lifeblood of this incredible culture. It began around 3100 BC and lasted until 30 BC, when it was conquered by the Roman Empire. Ancient Egypt lasted for over 3,000 years, making it one of the longest-lasting civilizations in history. Part 2. The Great Architectural Achievements. One of the greatest legacies of ancient Egypt is the pyramids. These monumental structures, particularly the famous Great Pyramid of Giza, are still considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. How did the Egyptians manage to build these massive pyramids? There are many theories, but despite modern technological advancements, the methods behind their construction remain one of the greatest mysteries of history. But the pyramids are not the only wonders. There's also the magnificent Karnak Temple and the Valley of the Kings, where the tombs of many pharaohs, including Tutankhamun, were discovered. Part 3. Religion and beliefs in ancient Egypt. Religion played a central role in daily life in ancient Egypt. The Egyptians were polytheistic, believing in many gods. Each city had its own patron deity, but some of the most prominent gods were Ra, the sun god, Osiris, the god of life and death, and Isis, the goddess of motherhood. The pharaohs were believed to be divine, considered the earthly representatives of the gods. One of the most fascinating aspects of Egyptian belief was their concept of the afterlife. Egyptians believed that death was just a transition to another life, and thus, they took great care in preserving the body through mummification to ensure a smooth journey to the next world. Part 4. Writing and art in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptians were not only known for their religious practices but also for their advancements in writing and art. The Egyptians developed hieroglyphics, a system of writing that combined pictures and symbols to communicate. These writings were often recorded on papyrus using simple tools, preserving historical records, religious texts, and even medical prescriptions. When it comes to art, the Egyptians had a distinctive style. The walls of temples and tombs were decorated with vibrant paintings and reliefs, often depicting gods, pharaohs, and scenes from everyday life. These artworks not only conveyed religious and royal symbolism but also reflected the values and beliefs of the ancient Egyptian people. Part 5. Society in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptian society was highly structured and organized. At the top was the pharaoh, the absolute ruler who was considered a god on earth. Below the pharaoh were the priests and officials responsible for running the country. The middle class engaged in agriculture, trade, and crafts, while the lower class worked in labor-intensive jobs, including building monuments and temples. Despite this hierarchy, Egypt had a legal system, known as the Law of the Pharaoh, which applied to all levels of society and helped maintain order and stability. Part 6. The decline of ancient Egypt. Despite its greatness, ancient Egypt eventually began to decline. Over the course of centuries, it was invaded and conquered by various foreign powers, including the Assyrians, the Persians, and later the Greeks under Alexander the Great. Ultimately, it became a part of the Roman Empire. However, the influence of ancient Egypt on the world remains strong to this day, particularly in areas like art, architecture, medicine, and philosophy. Conclusion. Ancient Egypt was truly one of the greatest civilizations in human history. From the awe-inspiring pyramids to the incredible scientific and cultural achievements, the Egyptians left behind a rich legacy that continues to fascinate and influence the modern world. What do you think were the greatest achievements of ancient Egypt? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more historical journeys in the future. See you in the next episode.